Welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. In this video I will be teaching you how to crochet these granny square pillows. They are very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make them. To make these granny square pillow cupboards, I'm gonna use a crochet hook of 5mm and leftover yarn that I have from many other projects. I have tons and tons. I mean, you know, each time I make a project I have some leftover, and I've been winding them up in my winder and making these balls, and they taking a lot of room, a lot of plastic bins with them. So it's time for me to make room for new yarn, so I want to use first this leftover. And the best way to use them is making granny square, so that you can use all the colors that you want and be creative as much as you like. So last week I made a bag, and this week I'm making these two pillowcases, cupboards. And you're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. All these yarn are 100% acrylic and medium 4. This is the pillows that I'm gonna use for my project. I'm gonna cover this one and the other one. They are the pillows that I have on my sofa. So I'm gonna leave here the clips of how to do the granny squares, the same clips that I use for my bags. They're done exactly the same. The only thing that these ones you need to make them bigger because the pillow will be bigger. So I'm gonna show you how you're gonna measure them. That way you have the right size for your project. Okay. So start making your first granny square, and I will show you when to stop for the last row. That will be the row that you're going to do the same color at the end. We're going to start with the magic circle, and I show you an easy way to do a magic circle for those beginners that never done one. You grab your tail in this hand and the wrist in the right hand, and you cross over the one in the left hand, this one on the top. You see, you're going to hold it here with your hook. You're going to grab the yarn in that circle. You're going to grab the yarn in here in between the fingers that you use to crochet, and then you're going to give it a twist. It had to have a twist like this, that way don't come undone. So you're going to chain 1, 2, and 3, and you have the first double crochet of 3. We're gonna do 4 groups of 3 double crochet with 2 chains in between. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, and 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3, and always you have to work in the 2 strands of yarn together here. So you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and do the last group of 3. 1, 2, and 3. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4 group of 3 with a chain 2 in between. So you're going to chain 2. You're going to pull the tail to close the circle, and you're going to go to the 3rd chain in here, and you're going to do a slip stitch, and like that you finish the first row. And now we're going to change color. Once you finish with a slip stitch, you're going to do another slip stitch here, cut the yarn and pass the tail through, secure that end, and now if you like, you can lose those tails. That way at the end you don't have that much tail to sew around. So now you're going to pick the next color. I'm going to do the green, and I'm going to start in here in one of these chain 2 space. Here I have my first little square, first row. I already lose the tails. So now for the next row, I'm gonna do slip knot, I'm gonna go to one of the chain 2 space in here. I'm gonna pass the yarn, do a slip stitch, and that slip stitch I will count as the first chain of 3. So that was 1, 2, and 3. And in the same space I'm gonna do 2 double crochet. And that's half of the motif for this corner. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 for separation, and we're going to go to the next space. We're going to do 3 double crochet, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do 3 double crochet in the same space. Chain 1 again, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and you see I created already 2 full corners. Again, 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, chain 1. Now we're going to work in the other half of this corner. So you're going to go to here where you started, and you're going to do 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to go to the top chain here, and you're going to do slip stitch, and you're going to chain 1, cut the yarn, and loose your tails, and like that you finish row number 2. Now we're going to start row number 3 with the next color. Now with this color I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with the green one. I'm going to do a slip knot, and I'm going to go one of this corner, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, and that slip stitch counts as the first chain of 3. So that was 1, 2, and 3. So now again I'm going to do 2 more double crochet in here, and that half of the corner. Chain 1, and now in the chain 1 space here I'm going to do 3 double crochet. Chain 1, again I'm going to do a corner, and all the corners always the same. 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain 3, and 3, and 3 more double crochet. I finished my first corner. Chain 1, go to the chain 1 space here and do 3 double crochet. Chain 1, go to the next corner and do 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochet in the same space. One, 2, and 3, and you finish the second corner. Chain 1, go to the chain 1 space in here and do 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. Chain 1, we're going to work in the next corner. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 3 more double crochet in the same space. This is the repetition that we're gonna do in our entire piece. All the corners stay the same, the chain 1 space, 3 double crochet on each chain 1 space. I missed my chain 1 here. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to do my other half at the corner. You're going to chain 3 and you're going to go to the top chain and do a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn and loose the tail, and the third row it will look like this. Something that I wanted to mention, if you're making these pillowcases out of the leftover yarn, do the shorter rows with the smaller balls. That way you are now halfway through a row and you are without yarn in your ball. So that's what I'm doing here, and trying to do the shorter row with the smaller balls, and then later I'll use the big ones. I use some big ones, but I know I have plenty, but I have these ones. I already did the shorter rows. But if you're doing this with just a regular size ball of yarn, it's no problem. Here I have this one that I'm done 10 rows, and I'll show you how I measure them. That's why I recommend to have your pillow with you as you work. That way you will know the size that you need for your granny square. So when you put it here in the side, you'll have a little piece here at the end, and the same in the other side for the last row, for the color that you're going to use at the end of every single square. For me, it will be the black. So these are 10 row, and row number 11 will be my last row. So that's why I recommend for you to measure as you go. That way it's not too big, your square. Okay. You only have to leave a little piece at the end to do the last row. Because if you bring these colors to the end here, and then you do the last row, the square will be too big. Okay. So I will do my last row, and I will show you the measurements. Here I have this square that I already finished, so I'm gonna put it here on the side, place it like this, and you see this will go all the way to the corner, and in this side all the way to the other corner. So this 11 row is the perfect size for my squares. So I have to do 7 more of these for a total of 8. Here I have these 4 done, and they look amazing. So you're gonna sew them like this. These 4. You're gonna sew them in here, here, and then from here to there. Okay, these 4. It's gonna be a little difficult to show you really well here because they're quite big. So after you finish sewing these 4 like this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna fold the corners in. See, they're sewn here, and you're gonna fold the corners like so. It's a little difficult for me to show you here because they're quite big. You see, once you sew them in as a square, you fold the ends, and it will look like this. A gorgeous bill cover. So now I'm gonna show you how to sew the 4 of them. I already cut a strand yarn long enough for sewing, so I'm gonna pass my needle through the middle of the 3 chain in here, and the same in the other side. Now I'm gonna secure my end in here with a double knot. That way that tail is nice and secure, and then after finish I will lose that tail. So to sew this is very easy. You're gonna go in the center of the border of each square. That will look like a chain, and you go through that center, and you pass your yarn through in both sides. Make sure that your work is even all the way to the end. Here I finished sewing my 4 squares, and they are like this. So you will fold the corner to the center, the next corner to the center, this corner to the center, and this one to the center, and it'll be like this. So when you start sewing, you'll come here to this corner with your yarn and needle. You start sewing here exactly the same way that you sew in here, all the way to this point in here. When you finish here, don't cut your yarn and just continue sewing in this one in here. Once you finish sewing in here, cut the yarn and loose the tail, and then you will place your pillow inside in here, and then you will close it here and start sewing from here to here, and then on this side will be like this, and then the other one will be like this. So very easy. So now I'm gonna do this off camera and I will show you the end result. Like you see, it's a very easy project to do, and it looks fantastic. When you're gonna sew the last square, it will look like it's too small for the pillow, but it will work because you just have to, you see, close them and sew them together and move things around. That way it fits perfect. You see, in here, after I will sew in here, it will close, no problem. Well, this is the end result, and I love my pillows. They look amazing in my living room. So I hope you guys like it. I give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this project and you want to send me some pictures, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Estelman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Estelman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.